Well, hello there everybody, and welcome to Endless Legend. This is going to be a bit of a supplement to the Oni and Cube video, so I hope everybody enjoys it. Now, first thing first, let me kind of explain a little bit about this game. I don't know much, I learned about it about 15 hours ago, and I've kind of gotten really intrigued by it, to be perfectly honest. I recently just finished the tutorial, finished in quotes, because I hate tutorials, so I quit out of it, after like 10 turns, but it's not the point. I can actually best sum up this game as Sid Meier's, probably every single civilization, actually. It's like Civ 5, except it's space-themed slash RPG-themed slash giant water element thing, which I didn't see that in the tutorial at all, and looks incredibly badass, and I can only imagine is an end-game unit. Kind of similar to how Beyond Earth had those giant Venomancer-looking motherfuckers. But, yeah, I mean, if you enjoy Civ 5, I would probably say pick up this game, because it looks really neat. I haven't really done much with it yet, and it looks like it has a lot of opportunities for mods and stuff like that. The tutorial was tutorial-y, but, you know, that's whatever, so we're going to start ourselves up a new game, and we're going to go first up into the factions, and I've looked at them very briefly, and these guys interest me the most. Let me just kind of put that out there right now. But I'm going to go over what each of them are, just because they are pretty neat. There's not as many, like how Civ 5 had like a bajillion people to play as. It's not quite the case here, although it does look like you can make your own, like a new custom faction, but it's whatever. So, first up we have the Wild Walkers, whose main victory type is by building wonders. They're just builders, creators, stuff like that. It looks like they also grow trees out of their foreheads. Then we have the Broken Lords, whose main victory type is expansion. They're a faction of knights, dependent on dust. They're basically ghosts in armor. And then we have the Vaulters, who are, they're coming straight out of the Fallout world. Their victory type is science. Then you have the Mizari. There's also victory type of science. They're space people. You have the Necrophages, whose main victory type is elimination. We'll get to them in a minute, because I'm thinking of playing as them, because they look really cool. I didn't get to see them in the tutorial, but we'll read about what they have in a minute. Then you have the Mizari, who are mages, who also specialize in science. It's like the third science people. Then you got the roving clans, which are economy. I'm pretty sure they're like Morocco from Civ 5. And you've got the Draken, who... diplomatic, just whatever. And you have these motherfuckers, who... they look like giant candles. They win by supremacy. I don't know. They're weird. They're just very, very weird. Each one of them, all of them have like special trades, stuff like that, and they're far more game-changing than any of the Civ 5 ones seem to be. Like, for example, these people, High Sea to the Queen. You can't have any other towns but your base one, but your main town is really strong. So they're like Venice on steroids. And you get like a massive amounts of defense in your town. You get a lot of science from just tearing down other towns. You also get some different units, which I don't even really know what they are. I don't know what really most of them do. I've just kind of looked at the first few. Like, and the Draken, like right here. They know we're every single other empire as soon as the game starts. That's bullshit. Can you imagine having that in Civ 5? Just pick Genghis Khan or Germany. Bam. You go. You just fucking go. And in this one, it gives the Empire the ability to force truce, peace, or alliance on a targeted empire. Hey Germany, hey Genghis Khan, you're fighting each other, why don't you just stop it? And then they stop fighting, and then you completely nullify all they did. That's fucking stupid. And you have the roving clans who look boring as shit, but they apparently are really good at getting dust, which is gold. But it's got a little fucking gold sign on it. So I'm probably going to refer to it as probably both names a lot. So, I don't know. And then these guys, I didn't actually ever really look at them. They're like magic, they're like anger mages who love science and all sorts of shit. And like they have like warlocks and whatever the fuck that is. Neat. They can choose arcane and spells. I really don't know what a lot of it means yet. I've kind of just skipped through the tutorial. I'm hoping my knowledge of Civ 5 will carry me through this, but I have a significant, I'm beginning to look at stuff here, and I'm thinking it might not. But back to the ones that I'm thinking of hitting are the necrophages. I wanted to make this playthrough interesting, and these guys seem like that'll be it. Their playstyle is, or their main victory type is elimination, which I'm imagining is just, you just kill people. Like, he looks like a bug man, and I think it's going to be awesome. And just kind of like reading some of the stuff they have recycling, which is a cadaver per enemy unit killed, and recycle stockpiles create cadavers. I don't know what that means. Then you have cellulose mutation, which decreases the cost of a district, and districts are like how you expand outwards. Like it's like gaining extra tiles around your city. It's weird. It's weird. Trust me on that. It's fucking weird. Then you have fast epimorphosis, and you get HP regen. Hell yeah! Fucking righteous fire this bitch. Will of the Hive, plus for attack. Wow. Plus 4 attack per declared war on units. Holy shit. Demanding gods, you give the ability to sacrifice city population, and you've got all sorts of like units. I'm just gonna play as them. I think it's gonna be really neat to do these guys, because they just seem like you gotta play like out of your fucking mind, just killing people. And I think going to war like that would probably make a lot more of a more interesting video than just me being a science whore, which is, to be honest, how I usually win in Civ 5, because... Or religion. And I like playing as religion just to piss Jason off, but... You know, that's just me. So, we're gonna play as the necrophages. It's gonna be mostly just regular stuff, because I'm not really sure what to change. I looked at the world shape a bit. It's like mini continents, 4 continents, no ocean. I don't know how, like, really what to set it as, to be honest, so I just kind of, I'm putting it on the 4 continents because that seems right. Continent shape's regular. Game speed normal, difficulty normal. If this, wait, hold on, okay. So we've got newbie, a houseplant could beat it at chess. Easy, if this was Henry IV, the French would have won at Agincourt. Oh, these people are smartasses. And then you have normal. If the British had been like this, the US would still be a colony. Wow. Hard. Every battle will feel like the bulge. Let him feel my bulge. Serious. So this is what it felt like to go up against Attila and Genghis Khan. Impossible. If this was Leonidas, he might have won at Thermopylae. And endless as you shall not pass. I like the developers of this already, because it just seems to be lots of just like mousing over shit. You just get text, and it just seems neat. Does this say anything? No, just those. Does this? Just 5 players. What about game speed? Fast-paced game. 300 turns, 450 turns. Take your time to crush your opponent. Fuck that. But yeah, we're just gonna go with relatively normal settings, and I'm gonna be green. I kind of looked at the colors, and I'm like, I could be blue, because it starts you off as blue. I'm like, that's stupid. He's wearing a green shirt. We're gonna be green. Dark green. We're gonna make him pink, because I don't want another green-colored person in the game. It seems like it's a bad idea. I do have 2 of the expansions. That is the Frozen Fangs, which adds a minor faction, which is basically just city-states, and the Guardians, which adds quests, global events, legendary deeds, legendary buildings, and Guardians, which I think that big guy in the back is. Not sure on that, don't hold me to that, but I think that's what it is. So, fucking here's hoping, right? So let's start off the game then. There are very few different. Like, there's a few really significant differences between this and Civ 5. Like, even in the tutorial, I was able to kind of. It's pretty obvious on. Civ 5 is more of a. What do you call? It feels more consistent and more. What's the word? There's less happening, but you know where you're going. This. Even in the tutorial, it felt really random. Like, there was a lot that could fucking happen, and just sometimes just shit would just fucking go.
The colony was everything. They were born as one. They fought as one. And they died as one. Driven by their hunger. But I hunted for something more. I stole the sentience of an ancient power and saw a greater purpose. For we were the first. Auriga is our planet, and I will turn our hunger against those trespassers who would take it from us. One day we will reign supreme on Auriga, and we will gaze up at the stars, still hungry.
Ooh, spooky. And also, I have no idea how to pronounce that fucking Auriga crap, because even in that, it sounded like he said it two different ways. So, fuck. I don't really know. So, as you can see, the military units are actually slightly different. They actually go together in, like, little armies. There's another game I played a long time ago that did this. I can't remember what it was called, but... in it, we have a settler and 2 foragers, so... we can create a new city just kind of around us, and it gives us its total output, like... as we're attempting to put it down. So we can just try to find an area that has a fairly decent amount of maybe food, a decent amount of production. See, that one's got 14 up there. That's pretty neat. Got 12, 10. It's got a lot of science, a lot of gold. That's 10 production. It hasn't got a lot of food though, but there's actually ways we can solve that. So we're going to build it up there. And maybe, I guess, explore around a little bit too. And maybe if as we explored around, maybe it unlocks somewhere better. Inland waters. Let me see how much I get from that one. Yeah, that's still pretty much like the best. It's just a forest there, so... Locked by an ongoing movement. Alright, so we're just gonna end our turn. We'll just wait for that to happen now. And build the town right here. And then ba-ba-booshka! Alright, so the UI is significantly different, and there's a few, I think, glaring differences that need to be pointed out. Especially just because of how vastly different it is from Civ-like. But as you can see in the bottom corner, we can build shit. We can like make a founder's memorial, which is it's basically just like your monument. It gives you a bunch of shit that you just... it's good to have. So we're going to select that. It's only going to take 4 turns because we have a lot of production in this area now. One of the other things you may notice is I have 1 population of the city. Now, instead of clicking on individual squares for that unit to deal with, we actually get them to just work in each individual area, like for food, for production, for science, for gold, dust, whatever. And then influence, which is... I never got that far, but I am assured we'll figure it out eventually. So I'm going to set them to food, so that way this little bar that'll fill up will give us a new citizen quicker. If we remove him from here, we're going to have 0 food, which will actually end up with us losing people. So that's generally not good. So hopefully building this founder memorial, which will provide us with some food, will help us grow pretty quickly. And because we have a lot of production, I think we got that under control. Now, one of the things that we start with is next to wizard stones, which is an anomaly, so okay. But we also have this guy down here, feeds on bones. He is the hero of this military group, and we can click on him here. He's got like a helmet and all this other shit. He's got like a skill tree that we can go through later, and he's got a backstory, which I don't think anybody really gives a shit about. But he also commands these 2 foragers, and what he can do is he can search these over here, which are our ruins. So we're just going to go ahead to the next turn, or first we're going to get some science going. So, the science thing in this game is significantly different from Civ 5, but slightly similar to Beyond Earth. You have to research so many in this first sphere to get to the second sphere, and then so on and so forth, and until you get to the end. And these ones that have the yellow are the race-specific ones. So these ones over here are like cannon fodder, which is a simple being with simple minds and a single goal can be maintained inexpensively. You know, shit like that. Because the area we're starting in has decent science, but pretty good production. I think the first thing we need to go for is food, which will be this right here, which is cultivation, which lets us build a seed storage unit, which gives us more food per turn, which will let us grow quicker. So we're going to focus on that. We've got all sorts of stuff here. So like we could build the Aqua Pulse, which gives us gold on terrain with a river during the summer season. Empire Mint, which is dust per turn and increased dust in the city. An open pit mine, which lets us build extractors for dyes, emeralds, gold, spice, and wine, which was probably a good thing to build second. And then like a mill foundry, which increases production, but it costs gold per turn. Then we have to research these, and then we have to build them, but we're just going to set those ones for right now. And then we're going to go to our next turn. So we've got everything that we need done. Okay, so the game, I forgot about this part. The game has quests, and I guess that's one of the big things that sets it apart from Civ 5, but it actually kind of a Beyond Earth thing too, but I guess it probably came in before that. And this game has a bitchin' ton of fucking backstory. Unease riddles the nests, I can feel it everywhere. In the hurried footfalls, in the tunnels, in the huddling la-di-da. They doubt me. They all do. I'm insane! And he's just going to be insane. And now we're gonna go kill people because we're kind of fucking nuts. So, summary is he who meddles, leader of the breakaway necrophage hive, must feed his people. To do so, he has chosen to attack minor faction villages. Okay, so with a main army exclusively composed of necrophage units, win 3 battles. So that's what we're gonna go do. But first, we're gonna move over here to these ruins, and we're gonna search them, which adds another goddamn quest. So, Oregon. I'm gonna call it Oregon. Oregon is rich with resources. It's not really. Oregon sucks. Both natural and magical. Hieroglyphs on ancient ruins indicate how certain luxuries can provide powerful bonuses to your empire above and beyond the wealth that you can get from trading and exploiting them. So we've got to build 2 extractors, exploiting 1 or more of the following. Dye, emerald, blah, blah, blah. So we got some more quests now. Let's go send this guy to explore down this way, see what we got. We got a dye deposit down there. Black dust here. If I click on my town, I can't do anything with it, so... We can kind of zoom out, too, because the current area we're in is Haddow. And that's kind of how the game works, is there's certain regions, and once you build a town in it, you own that region. So you can kind of see my green border here and the white border of these other ones that we haven't even found yet, which aren't owned by anybody, it seems, so... We've got no close neighbors, which is good. We've got another ruin here, so let's explore you and hopefully not get another quest. And we found dust. Good. Good. So, this is going to be a learning experience for all of us, to be honest, because tutorial did not prepare me for all of this yet. Apparently we... Did we? No. Okay, no, we haven't gotten another unit yet. That makes me sad. So hopefully that Founder Memorial will be built fairly quickly. Oh, okay, there we go. Now we've got cultivation, so... Once this is done, we can set the seed storage thing to be built. That'll take 6 turns. Founder Memorial will be done on the next one. And the next research we're going to be working on is the open pit mine. So yeah, good. Looks like we also found glass steel. I'm assuming it's mostly just basically iron. It's what it is. It's iron. Let's not beat around the bush here. So that's going to give us a little bit more food per turn. It'll make things go faster. It's just general Civ, Civ shit.